Hello! In this video we're going to show the new feature included into the ObjectNet version 1.4. It's called ownership control. Ownership control is a concept very used into the multiplayer gamings, which means that the users can take the ownership of some object, release his ownership and transfer between users. Let's see this in action. Let's play the server and extract the window, start as a server, and as you can see I can move here. I have my player into the scene, and one important thing that the object needs is to know the network ID of object, because this information is used by ObjectNet to control objects ownership. Okay, and let's open the second instance and let's play here. Start as a client. As you can see, I have my second client here, which ID number 2. Okay, so let's open a third instance just to having more instances to play around. Okay, let's start with client. Okay, it's land into the head of the other player, as you can see here. So all the ownership system is based into the level of access. Okay, there's some few levels of access. The most permissive is the full access, which means that this object can be taken, released, or transferred between players. Another type is a client access. The client access means that only the player who spawned the object has his ownership. Okay, let's see this in action. First, I'm going to spawn one object here, and as you can see, I can move the object by clicking and dragging. Okay, as you can see, in the other instance is also moved, but if you observe, this object is colored in green color in my instance, and into orange or gold color into the others, which means that is the owner of this object. If other players try to drag, they can't, because they are not the owner of this object. Same happens into the other instance. Okay, I can't drag here, so but here I can drag because I'm the owner. So if I go to the another instance and say, okay, I'm going to take control of this object number 4, okay, and take control. As you can see now, my script changed this color to green. It's just for testing purpose, the color, but the functionality means that I can't drag or control this object into another instance, but into the instance who is the owner, I can move and control this object. I can also release, which means this object will send back to the server, and the server can move again. So I can take again, and I have also the possibility to transfer. To do the transfer, I need to know the player ID who will receive this. So if I go here, the player is the 3. Okay, so I need to tell I'm going to send object 4 to player 3 and then transfer the control. So this player now has the control of this object. I can also release or transfer back. Let's suppose that I'm going to transfer back the player 2, which is this player. Okay, 2. And then I'm going to send 2 and transfer control back. So now I'm the owner of the object again, and I can release this object. So as you can see, you can transfer the ownership of this object between all players. But what's happening if I try to spawn a client instance access? Okay, which means that only the player who create this object is the owner. Let's move this one here, and I'm going to spawn a client access. A client access, I automatically receive the grant of this object because is the spawner of this object. But if I try to move in the other instance, I'm unable. So, but take a look at what's happened when I try to transfer this object 5 to the other player or release. Nothing happened because this object belongs to this player. He's the only one who can perform operations over this element. If I try to take control of the object 5 here, nothing happened because the owner is the only one who can interact with this object. I can also try to take control here. 5, nothing happened. Okay, So with this level of access, I'm able to control my objects correctly between player instances, okay? It's very useful for VR games or games where the players need to interact with the object without having some type of lagging into his own instance, because he is the one who is moving the object or interacting with him, okay? So I hope that I have been clear. I hope that the feature is useful for the people who are using ObjectNet, and I will see you into the next videos.